to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters. Did we actually get that one that time?
I don't know. I guess you can't hear us there. I have no clue if they got that beginning one.
Well, we really hope that you guys got that intro. We're still trying to figure out the timing because we took away our start screen. So we're not totally sure how long it takes for everything to come through. Anyway, welcome to our big arc finale where this will be the last time that I'm in this chair for quite a while.
Oh, I'm planning to do a really short arc for mine, really quick. Don't worry.
Hey. Anyway.
Hayley is ready for a break from the DM chair.
I am so ready to be just a player at the moment. I'm excited about that. Anyway, we have a couple of announcements before we get into today's game.
Wait, no. Don't we want to start with while we wait for you to come in, it's our something about the week or
oh yeah.
So I have something real quick though.
Ooh,
so
Weston has a something.
We did tabletop terrain talks last night where we talked about the 2 new classes from Pathfinder.
My camera looks crooked. Hold on, you keep talking. I'm going to fix it.
And today I watched NoNat did a stream on it. NoNat is a YouTuber who does Pathfinder stuff, and
there we go.
He had some good points in ways in which the psychic can actually be really good.
Yeah.
But it is a support class in that way to where it's really good on what it can do with its team members.
Okay.
It's not powerful on its own.
Okay.
And then the Thaumaturge, you know, you were talking about Sam and Dean Winchester? No,
yeah.
They had the best one. It's
what?
Constantine. It's John Constantine.
Oh my gosh, John! Yes.
John Constantine is the Thaumaturge class in Pathfinder.
Oh my gosh, John Constantine is incredible. I love John Constantine.
So yeah,
fun. Okay.
So there's some. Last night we came out. I was definitely hard on the psychic.
You were. Well, and I was too. I wasn't exactly the nicest.
Well, one thing, there's one of the actions that they have where it's 2 actions to move and not cause any reactions.
Yeah.
One of the people in his chat mentioned that technically all hazards and traps are reactions.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It won't trigger. You'll be able to stride and not trigger any traps or any hazards. And that's kind of cool.
That is actually really cool.
I still wish it was a single action instead of 2 actions.
Yeah.
But that makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Especially there. So
that is true.
A couple of caveats after last night's Tabletop Terrain Talks. Listening to another perspective. Yep. I'll give the psychic a little bit more of a shot then.
You'll be a little nicer.
Yes,
a little nicer to them.
Just a little bit nicer.
Just a little bit. All right, cool. Well, let's get to our question of the week then.
Do we have a question of the week?
I don't know. Do we have a question of the week?
I wanted to give my my caveat on yesterday.
Oh, you wanted to say that? Last week, Weston asked me about being the DM and what I was looking forward to when I was not the DM anymore. And I think I'm going to ask you that same question, Weston. What are you looking forward to in getting back into the DM's chair?
Honestly, combat.
Yeah?
You are definitely, you like to focus on the story a lot. We've done a lot of intrigue. We've done a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be pulling in some more combat. And I'm excited for combat and some monster slaying.
Yeah, some good old-fashioned traditional monster slaying.
Yep.
I know I kind of jumped into this political intrigue thing really quick.
Which fit my character's class and his abilities really well and his background, but I'm excited to get to some monster slaying.
Monster slaying!
So if you are a fan of combat in tabletop RPGs, watch the next arc. I've got some fun things planned.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm excited. I'm just excited about being a player again for a little while. That's going to be really fun.
You're excited to get out of that chair.
Yes, I am.
And that is okay.
Yep. So we have a couple of announcements that we are going to do, and then we're going to go into our session. So first announcement is we have updated the podcast. Episodes 17, 18, and 19 are currently available on all the major podcasting platforms.
Yep.
So Amazon, Audacity, or not Audacity, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Spotify.
Just all of you don't need to name all. Where you go to listen to your podcasts, we're probably there.
It's on a lot of those.
If we're not there, please let us know.
Yeah, let me know. Just shoot me a message or whatever.
Except SoundCloud.
Except for SoundCloud. We're not going to be on SoundCloud because SoundCloud charges for your content after a little bit. So we're just not ready for that kind of commitment yet. But those are up. I am really hoping to get it done the rest of the week, throughout the week, to finish up getting completely up to date. And then next week we will be doing a story arc review and kind of going over all of the different things that happened and kind of a recap. So if you missed episodes previous, you can get a little bit caught up with the arc review next week before we start Weston's arc.
I'll be working this week to kind of put together a little compendium of what happened this arc that we can watch and kind of get you caught up. So then you'll have one for arc 1, you'll have one for second story arc, so you can just watch both of those and then be ready to jump into arc 3 if you're brand new to the stream.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, what was there? Was there really anything else that we had?
Nothing else we want to talk about this time. Because we got The Witcher, but
oh no, we can talk about the other one.
Can't we talk about the other one?
We can talk about the other one.
We can talk about the other one.
Okay, so Weston and I were invited to be on a an actual play with Play Nerd Allies, and it is a Wheel of Time based actual play in D&D. So the setting is Wheel of Time, but we are doing the D&D mechanics, D&D 5e, and I am playing a Aes Sedai, and Weston is
I'm your
warder. So Weston, explain who those characters are within the world of,
like what an Aes Sedai and a warder.
Yeah, what who they are and what their relationship is.
If you are not acquainted with Wheel of Time, the Aes Sedai are the female magic users of the world of Wheel of Time, and they have sworn 3 oaths, one of which is that they won't kill anyone who's not a darkspawn or a dark friend.
Which is like a demon.
Yeah, well, a demon or someone who allies themselves with. And so in order to be able to be protected, they bond a warder, and that warder is their protector. It is their confidant. They're magically connected. They each get some benefits from it. And they fight together as a unit. And
there's a lot of kind of back and forth with like if they're like romantic partners or if they're not romantic partners or if they're like friends or whatever. But I think we're going to be playing it that they are together, because we are together.
I don't know. Maybe I don't want to be.
Yeah, okay. I feel like we're going to have a discussion about that at some point. Anyway, so we are...
Maybe you have to woo me.
I have to woo you.
Yes.
Woo, 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 woo. But that is starting on October 7th. That's Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time, 10 Mountain Daylight Time in the mornings. And we are super excited. So that's over on the Play Nerd Allies, and it will be hosted here as well. So it's going to be fun. I think that's everything.
I do think that's everything
that we have. So with that, let's roll out our new intro and get ready for this episode of Party of 2.
Here we go.
Welcome back. So, last we left off, Ana and Az were in the middle of a carriage chase, kind of. But before that, let's go back to the beginning and do short little recaps. Ana and As were finishing up a investigation of the Clovenhoof Society, an attack on the Clovenhoof Society, having met with a ally and a mysterious friend of some sort, Alea, who happened to appear within the city. She gave them some interesting information and was able to help them in their investigation with some names of possible people of interest. After they left Alea's home, they went back to the palace for the ball and to try and figure out who the shadowy characters were in the court that may be involved with the Nightwing gang and organization. Once at the ball, Ana was hit on quite profusely by
Did you ever figure out his name?
I forgot to go watch it. Shush. But she was hit upon, and As had a little moment of I don't know if I would call it jealousy, but there was a moment there. At which point they watched as the target of their interest left after being met with by another member of the court, and Ana and As went after the carriage. Invisible on the back of the carriage. So you are in formal attire, going now out of the palace gates, or the estate, the gates, and
Yes.
You are now heading into the Green District. Is there anything that you would like to do at the moment?
Okay, so we're hanging on to this. We're just leaving the Dominos.
Mm-hmm. So you're leaving the estate.
Okay, we're leaving the estate. So I'm holding on. I don't think that we are going to be able to get your armor.
I don't think so either. And as the carriage is going, you see all of the paths that would go to Sir Michael's house just going straight by. And then Ana says to you, yeah, that's not happening. So all I have are my daggers.
I have a sword. I do. Remember from the
You have your bag?
Of course.
Oh.
I always have my
You
bag.
hiding it?
It's just right here. So he pulls his little, satchel there. And,
Your little merce.
yep, my little merce. And out he pulls this long sword, way too long for the bag. Little Mary Poppins action going on there.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, you want to hold it?
Actually, yes, thank you. And she reaches out and she takes the sword and just kind of has it at the ready. As the carriage is still going through the Green District, it hasn't slowed down. It's going straight
To the gates.
To leave the Green District. And Anna says, are we really just going to hang on the back of this until it stops?
Well, we have two options. One, we hang on and just follow. Or two, we jump off and then try to follow after the fact. Which might not be so simple.
Well, no, it wouldn't. I mean, we're already here, and there's a big bump, and as they go over the kind of the cobblestones, and you kind of have to hold tight to the edge of the carriage. It does slow down. The carriage is beginning to slow down a little bit as it is reaching the front gates. And Anna very quietly says, "If we stay on, we can find out what's going on, or at the very least, who he's meeting with. But that creates a situation of we have to get back somehow. And we either do it on here, or we have to find our own way back. It's just complicated." And the carriage is slowing down more, and it does eventually come to a stop at the gate. And the guard kind of raises a hand and says, "I'm sorry, sir, we have to do a quick search of the carriage. This will only take a moment."
Are we still riding up, or are we gotten to the front?
You've gotten to the gate, because I mean nobody was really leaving at that time, so it just went straight up to the gate.
Anna, jump off with me.
Are you,
No, Jump
Okay,
now.
okay. And you both jump off.
And then I'm gonna grab her by the arm and just kind of back her up.
Okay, I'd like you to make
A stealth roll?
Stealth roll, yep. I'm doing for Ana too.
All right, first roll.
First roll of the night.
Nat 20.
Nice.
That's the way you start the night.
That is the way you
Which
start.
I do want to
the
say
night.
to any of our viewers, you can give hero points throughout the night.
Yep.
It's 500
500 channel points for a hero point, which is a reroll of a d20. We didn't make this up. This is actually a thing in the Pathfinder game. So we both start with 1 hero point, but we can have up to 3 at any given time.
And we did also put in there are villain points.
Villain points.
So you can award a villain point to allow the bad guys a reroll as well.
It's true. It's fun. Okay. So you do both are quite stealthy, and you manage to kind of pull off of the carriage and back up quickly to avoid detection. The guard comes around the outside, kind of just looking underneath and opening up a couple of the side like drawers that are built into the carriage, and continues around, and then he kind of pats the back of it and says, "All right, we're good. You can go forward."
Anna, wait. I'm just like, she can see me, I think. I think we're within the bubble. I'm just like, having her wait.
You guys are like super close to each other.
Okay. And I'm going to wait until it just gets a little bit like, just starts going through the gate itself.
Okay. So the carriage moves forward, and the large gates into the Green District are open, and they move through.
As they're moving through, I am going to drop the invisibility.
Okay.
And suddenly appear in front of these guards.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will reach to my bag and pull out the writ we had from the Domina, that we were to be allowed any resources or anything that we require.
Okay.
And I will turn to that guard.
Oh, and as soon as you appear, the guards kind of startle, and they grab for their swords immediately.
And I put my hand out, hold up the notice.
What are you doing here?
This is important. This is a writ from the Domina. I need your help now.
The guard,
and he's gonna put out the writ.
Okay, reaches forward and grabs it, and kind of looks at his companion and says, "Keep the sword out. Hold on." And he opens it up and reads through it really quickly, and it does indeed say what it says. Yeah. So he folds it back up and hands it back to you, and he says, "We're clear. It's okay. It's okay. What can we do to help you?" I
need someone to follow that carriage.
Okay.
Now.
Give me a diplomacy check.
That's not it.
If it had been a really good roll.
It went to a 9, which was one more.
Oh.
But
9 plus.
That plus my skill bonus, though, which is 12, is still a 21.
Okay. So the guard kind of looks at you, okay. And he turns around. He's like, "Jeffers, go, follow at a distance. Return back. Do you want him just to come back here, or do you want him to come to you?"
We will be following soon after. So have him go, and we will find him.
Okay. All right. Jeffers out. And one of the guards that you see, who apparently is Jeffers, he turns and begins to follow down the road. He does not have a horse or anything, so he's not going to be able to follow very easily.
I know.
But he kind of does start to take off down after the carriage.
His name is Jeffers?
Jeffers.
Okay. All right. Anna.
What?
We're not far. I mean, the Green District's not that big, right?
No, it's not. It's not huge, but I mean, it'll probably take you guys like 15, 20 minutes to get back to because you're like opposite ends of the Green District.
From Michael's?
To get to Michael's.
All right. Then I'll turn to the sword. We need a sword.
Yes.
any armor we can get on her real quick?
We don't really keep spare armor here at the barracks. If you want anything like that, you're gonna need to, or not in the barracks. Sorry, here at the guardhouse. So.
And I look at him.
You want my armor?
This is issued by the dominant, no?
Well, yes, but it's not.
I hold up the writ again. I do not mean to cause you problems, but we are in great need, and this is at the Dominus' orders.
Okay.
I'm sorry to cause you difficulties.
So he goes into the gatehouse, and it's still gonna be like 15 minutes for him to get his armor off.
Well, I said whatever we could get on her fast.
Oh, fast? Okay. So he takes off his plate and helmet and gives them, I guess,
just a breastplate
and the padding as well, I guess. So he's standing there now without a shirt, or with just his linen shirt on, without the padding, without his plate, and having handed it to Ana. And Ana gets it on really quickly, and she's kind of like, I'm going to help her. Sorry.
Like, of course, I'm helping do this.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean. And then she stops immediately and turns to you and says, Bruce.
Yeah, call him.
Bruce. And so she turns and she does the really sharp whistle thing. Yeah. I can't do it. And besides that, I wouldn't want to do it into the microphone. No. But she does the really sharp whistle and pauses for a minute. You don't hear anything or see anything, but knowing the way that Bruce is, you know he'll probably be here soon.
Yep. What was the other god's name?
Jeffers.
Message, which is 500 feet, which I imagine he hasn't gotten that far.
Yeah, probably not 500 feet yet. Yeah.
And I will message to him as I'm like, run. And so me and Anna are going to start running that direction, and I'm going to start messaging, Jeffers, we are coming. We need to know where you are. You
get kind of a startled sound that comes back like, what? Who is this? What?
This is the individual who asked you to run. Where are you?
Just down the road. The carriage took a right. It looks like we're going down to the docks. We're right.
Wonderful. Stay where you are. And I'll run. We'll keep running until we get to him.
All right.
Have him point us to where to go, and then we gotta run and catch the carriage.
Okay. All right. That works. Okay. So But
now Anna has some
armor
and a weapon.
No shoes, but armor and a weapon.
Shoes are optional.
She took her heels
shoes
off.
Are optional.
Okay, I would like you to make an athletics check.
Yep. All right. As they're running, if I may, is going to tap into his focus point to be trained in athletics for this run.
Okay. That works. That is...
Which is good because I rolled an 11. Okay. So the proficiency on that would give me an 8, so it'd give me a 19.
Okay. Ana rolled a 1. So she's at a 14. So with her lack of shoes, she is having a difficult time over this cobblestone street. She's not going nearly as fast as she normally would be able to. Every once in a while, you guys stop and listen and try to kind of figure out which way the carriage
is there anyone out on the
road? It's late enough that there's not really very many people out. Mm-hmm. You can see every once in a while there's people that are like going from like one house to another or just kind of going on the street for whatever errands or whatever that they're doing, but it's past the time that there's normally people out and about.
All right. So yeah, we're going to, like you said, try and listen. Oh, gosh, okay. I'm trying to see if I have anything else to help. There are spells I could have had that would have helped with this if
Yeah.
I had thought that we'd be doing this.
You don't
Survival
have
check?
survival.
Wait, is Bruce coming?
Bruce is coming, but he was in the room. He has to figure out how to get out of the room and come to Ana.
dang it.
So it's gonna be a minute.
All right, survival.
Survival.
Okay, I'm natural 20. Thank heavens.
For those of you that don't know, in Pathfinder, if you roll a natural 20, it's a critical success. So
Because I am not trained
Not
and have
trained.
a 3 in survival. But with the natural 20, it's a 23.
awesome. Okay, so
Thank you, natural.
I know that was kind of awesome. So you pause and you listen, and you can hear the faintest sound of wheels on the cobblestones that have bounced against all of the stones
That is the best
to
nat
get
20.
to you. I know, that was awesome. To get to you, and you suddenly are able to know right where the carriage is going. You can tell the main lane, and they're staying on a main road at the moment.
I figured they would be.
So they're not like veering off to weird places. So you know basically where they're heading on this trajectory.
All right.
So you continue down the road. I would like you to give me a stealth check.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to be stealthy quite yet. Like, are we close enough that I would feel the need to stealth yet, or?
You guys are running. You're in formal attire, and Ana is in a dress with a cape.
Uh-huh.
With no shoes.
Uh-huh.
You're kind of conspicuous.
Uh-huh.
And I'm wanting you to roll a stealth roll for if anybody notices and kind of interferes in any way.
All right. It's a 17.
Okay.
Plus, I'm rolling well. This
You are
plus
rolling
10.
really well
So that's
tonight.
a 27.
Okay. You guys do manage to stick to the shadows basically through the whole thing. You're not really running into anybody, and it's quiet on the streets, and you guys are managing to kind of keep it that way. You do end up gaining a little bit on the carriage, just because it has to go slow on the road, and
This
you
is
guys are
city
able
streets.
to
You're
move.
not rushing through it.
No, you guys are able to move a little bit faster than it. So you do start gaining on the carriage itself, and you do get to a place where you're about, I'd say like 1 Utah block
Okay.
away from it. Just so you guys know, 1 Utah block is really, really big. And you can see they're not hurrying in any way. The carriage itself isn't hurrying in any way. And it just kind of plots along. So you guys are...
Okay, we're just going to start pacing them at that point. We're going to keep
Okay.
that distance and just kind of follow. Now I'm going to try and be a little more stealthy at that point in particular.
Okay, we'll just keep with that roll that you had
As
previous.
we kind of follow to where they're going.
Okay. All right. So as you follow the carriage, you begin to see the change in the buildings. We're going from a residential area into more of an industrial area, where there are large warehouses and shipping yards and whatnot, like where goods are being stored and things like that. And you can see you're moving closer and closer to the docks, and you're being able to smell that scent of water and hear kind of the rustling of movement of like dock workers and stuff like that. So as you get closer and closer to the docks itself, you do have there's a lot more people and whatnot. So the carriage...
So I just gave my head. So Anna's got her dress on, but then over the top of
She
that,
has
this
breastplate.
padded gambeson and then
And a breastplate.
And then a breastplate with the long flowing dress. Michael's going to kill us.
Michael is not gonna be happy about that. But as the carriage continues to get closer and closer to the docks, Ana kind of grabs you and says, I think we need to pull back a little bit more.
Yes.
So, okay. So you guys kind of get more distance. Do you want to do like 2 blocks, 3 blocks?
I
like
want to stay to where I can see them.
Okay, just
all
within
I
line
want
of
to be
sight.
able, yeah, I just want to be within eyesight to know if they go anywhere different or if they stop.
Okay.
I'm staying as far back as I can but keeping them in vision.
Okay. So as you continue on the road, they do end up turning down a side road that is off of this main thoroughfare. And there's probably a handful of people now moving up and down the road. And you can tell they're dock workers. They're more like blue collar kind of individuals.
So we see some blue collar people as we're walking by.
Yeah.
Any of them like close where I can like grab one real quick or like?
Yeah. I mean, they're just walking up and down the road.
So as I find one, our battle cam just fell down. So we'll pick that up later.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
But as we're doing that, I'm gonna stop whoever's the closest individual I can see. Dark work, I'm gonna look down, I imagine, and I'm going to pull out of my pocket a gold. And I'll say, I will give you this for your shoes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And the man kind of leans down and he unties his boots and kind of pulls them off and reaches out and he takes the gold and gives the boots.
I give to Ana.
And Anna's like, can I have your socks as well? I don't really feel like having blisters. And
yes,
he kind of was like, okay, like weird people, what the heck? But like for a gold, he's not gonna like do much other than just like take his socks off.
That's a freaking week's wages I just gave him.
Yep, hand him to the person, or he hands the socks and all that stuff to Ana. So she sits down really quickly and pulls the socks on, pulls the boots on, and as the gentleman is walking away, she kind of like whisper hollers like, "Thank you!"
As she's putting those on, I am gonna kind of run to try and get to where I can see down the street they turned.
Okay. It is kind of it's one of those like alley ways that the carriage is barely clears it as it's going through. So it's a pretty tight fit for them. So you are able to see them because it's like an obvious blockage. But they do end up stopping and the door opens and Vashnar still gets out.
Which, of course, I go and hide behind, whatever's closest there and take cover.
Yep. So
the moment he comes out.
He comes out of the carriage and looks to kind of go down a path that's between two buildings, like a very small alley that's down between two buildings. And so he kind of disappears from you at that direction.
Okay. I'm going to cast a message to Ana. And I'm going to say, I am going down the alley. Stay out here. I am going to be invisible. I will call you if I need you. Wait for my signal. I can't cast it on both of us.
No,
it's
fine. Just do not engage with anything.
No, I do not plan on it. And then I'm going to cast the second level invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Which will last me for 10 minutes, and I'm going to then creep down this alleyway, try and sneak through this tight fit to follow and see where he's going down that alley.
Okay. So do you go? Okay. So you kind of go around. I would like you to make a stealth roll.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
Will you stop it? Oh my gosh, you guys! This is his third natural 20.
That's my third natural 20.
We've only been playing for like 20 minutes. Holy
and
crap.
3 nat 20s. The dice gods are I'm in their favor tonight.
I know, seriously. So you are like,
this should not have happened, but it's happening,
this
and
is
I'm
amazing.
happy about it.
You managed to get around that carriage, and it's almost like you're not even there. You don't touch anything, you don't bump anything. You are right there behind him, and with your invisibility, you're able to get pretty dang close. And you see him. He seems to be. Give me a perception check.
Yep. 18. plus my perception, which is 13.
13.
So that's a 31.
Okay. You can tell that he is a little bit cagey. He's not totally comfortable where he is right now. And his eyes are shifting left to right, kind of looking like very aware of where he is and what he is doing. And he as he's walking down this alley, there is the sound of like shuffling feet up ahead, and he stops very quickly and kind of looks around and seems to be listening for something. And then there's a whistle. And he whistles back with, and out of the shadows comes a figure that you are pretty sure you recognize. Someone that you have seen before and has been a part of this whole thing up to this point. It is Captain Rogers. Captain Rogers stands before Vashnar still, and he says, "Thank you for meeting me at this time." And Vashnar still kind of huffily says, "Well, you did pull me from the ball. They're going to notice I'm not there. The Domina already has her suspicions. What do you want?" And Captain Rogers says, "The ones that are new, the Azamir and the Tiefling." And Vashnar still nods and says, "Yes, I've heard of them." And he says, "Well, I spent the day with them. Don't underestimate their abilities. I have a feeling they're probably going to know a lot of what's happening around here faster than you're ready to have them figure it out." And Vashnar still kind of huffs a little bit and says, "Well, there's nothing for them to find out. You know this wasn't the Nightwing." And Captain Rogers nods and says, "Yes, I know it wasn't the Nightwing, but this is still causing problems for our organization, so you figure it out. This isn't going to end well for any of us if you don't get this buttoned up quick." And Vashnar still kind of, you can see he does not like the way in which Captain Rogers is speaking to him. And Captain Rogers just nods and then turns away and says, "You have one job. Keep them off our back. That's it. Or your usefulness to our organization will be done." Vashnar still kind of pales slightly at that. And he says, I am the one that put you in the position that you are in." And Captain Rogers just looks over his shoulder as he has completely turned his back on him at this point. And he says, "Yes. The position that has the weapons and the army and the power." And then he continues walking away.
And as he's there and starts walking away, Az will drop invisibility, and he's going to yell out, "Rogers!"
And the captain stops. Vashnar still stops and turns to look at you.
And Az will cast message and say, "Ana, you can please come here." And then Az is going to walk forward.
Okay. Captain Rogers is completely stunned at this and pulls a sword out immediately and is kind of like shocked, but also slightly, you can see there's a little bit of a not pride, but like admiration. Yeah, to the fact that you're standing right there.
"Oh, please, Captain, please put the sword away. There's no need for this."
And he does not put it away. He keeps it straight out and he says, what are you doing here?
Well, following him.
And Vashnar still is like kind of up against the wall at this point, and he's like, I don't, you were not following us. We were very quiet. We left without having anyone. We had people watching. There was nobody behind us.
Yes. Rogers, we need to talk.
And Anna comes right around the corner and says, You! And she starts to charge forward a little bit.
Anna? Come, there is no reason for violence here.
What are you... Captain Rogers, what are you doing here?
Oh, he is with the Nightwing.
What?
Yes. This is actually very helpful for us. He's motioning to Rogers. You are businessmen. You want your business to continue. You do not want trouble. There's a new organization that is causing us all trouble.
He puts the sword down and sheathes it and kind of steps back slightly and says, this was not exactly subtle. And he looks at Vashnar still. Vashnar's still like, just like, I don't know what's going on. He is the epitome of like a simpering noble who has no idea what to do when it comes to physical anything. And he's like, I didn't know how we were being followed. This is why it's not a good idea to call me out of things like the ball and bring me out here and...
It was very obvious. I mean, he suddenly leaves one of the most important social events of the season. I can be invisible. That just makes it easy.
This wasn't exactly what I wanted to have happen. I was planning on giving you the information that you needed. Didn't necessarily want you to know who it was from.
I have been in this type of work my whole life. Espionage is my bread and butter. I would have found out. This way is better.
You are right. We have a problem on our hands. But we have had it under control up until recently.
Mm-hmm. I have been made aware. I know who you serve. You should know mine. I am of the Bellflower.
That adds up.
I am here because we are having problems with them as well.
They've been causing a lot of issues with most smuggling operations within the city and with the trade routes as well. Mm-hmm. There have been issues from the very beginning of their appearance within the city. It's probably been 4 or 5 months at this point. And at first it was smaller things, but now... And he looks at you and he said, the only reason I'm giving you any of this information is because I know that this will help the Domina. He's like, do not misunderstand. I may be in a position of power within the Nightwing, but my loyalties will always remain to the Domina.
As you say, I have no reason to doubt. Loyalties can be a tricky thing, and do not always have to be singular.
It's good that you can understand that. Most can't. So this is ridiculous at this point. Come, let's go into someplace a little more private to have a discussion. And he turns around and kind of motions you two, and he says, Vashnar still, I don't need you anymore. Go back to your little ball. And he kind of and turns around, and you can hear him grumbling as he's going back to his carriage. You all follow him?
No, but I will turn to him, and Vashnar, as he's leaving, say, the gate guard would like a tip when you get back.
What?
You don't want them talking about you having left and then coming back, right?
Well, yes, of course, but they...
Tell them that it comes from me.
He doesn't even really respond. He just kind of turns and keeps walking back to his carriage. And you hear the clop, 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 clop of the horses and the sound of the wheels turn within just a minute or so. And Rashnar still has now vacated the premises.
This worked out so well. 3 nat 20s made this possible.
Yep, pretty much. This is where the dice are very good storytellers.
Thank you, dice gods.
So you
We're gonna follow Rogers.
So you do follow Rogers. He kind of weaves in between a few buildings, but then goes into a larger kind of like stone warehouse. And as you enter in, you see it's a very large cavernous type building, and he takes a set of stone steps up to a second level and enters what looks to be just a normal seating area.
I will tell Anna as we're kind of walking. I'll turn back to her and just kind of say, "The Nightwing knows the city. They know the underbelly. They can help us find these people."
I really do get that. I do, but this is Captain Rogers. He's been with us all day long. He could have given us the information that we needed to begin with.
He did not know us yet. Now he is in a position to where he needs our help, and now we have something on him to where he needs to endear us. He needs us on his side, or we can make his life very difficult.
And Anna grabs you really quick before you actually are totally in the area, and whispers to you and just says, "Do you trust him?"
No, I do not trust hardly anyone.
You know what I know, but you know what I mean.
I understand their motivations, and I can work with that.
Okay.
As long as we are not a threat to their pocketbooks, we don't need to worry.
Okay. All right, but I'm keeping my sword out.
Yes. Well, keep it, but you don't really have somewhere to put it, so
I really don't. And she kind of looks down and kind of grabs the dress a little bit, and she's like, "It is beautiful."
We are going to need to apologize to Michael. I'm sure the dress has gotten filthy.
It's probably ruined.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
All right. So you keep going up the stairs. And you enter into the seating area. And Captain Rogers is now sitting there, and he's like out of his guard regalia.
Yeah.
He is in normal kind of just normal clothes, a pair of pants, and a nicer shirt, and he's sitting down in a chair, and you guys kind of enter into this room and
take a seat. Is there a chair?
Mm-hmm.
You said there were chairs.
There's a sofa, and then 2 chairs on either side of the sofa, and then there's a love seat across, and they're mismatched. They're not a nice set.
So where's
of
he
clothing.
at? Where's he at?
He's sitting in the chair that's directly across from the stairs.
Okay.
So there's chair, sofa, chair, love seat.
All right. I'm going to go and sit in the love seat.
Okay. And Anna is.
So I'm not wanting to sit directly across from him and be challenged, but off to the side.
Okay.
I'm not threatened. We're not here to cause problems. Not here to challenge. We're just here to sit and talk.
And Anna is not going to sit down.
All right.
She's going to stand behind the chair.
Well, Rogers.
I'm sure you have a couple of questions. Would you like to get those out of the way first?
Yes. I guess I would ask, where is your standing in the Nightwings? Or do you have the ability to make deals, or is it more we would talk and then you'd need to go talk with your superiors?
I'm high enough up that my word will stand.
Good. Second, I would say, how did you let another organization in underneath you?
It's a good question. At first, it was incompetence. The organization that has shown up, we've just been calling them the Shade. Mostly because they come in and out during the shadows or in the shadows. We're not able to get a real bead on them. But we know they're quick and they are efficient. They have not done anything up to this point to really provoke anyone within the city until the attack on the Cloven Hoof Society.
Are they direct competition? Do they want your business, or...?
No. They are not doing anything with the smuggling operations. They are going specifically after individuals. It started off smaller things, almost like they were testing the boundaries to see how would we react as an organization to begin with. And from what I understand, they were doing the same thing with the Bellflower Network as well.
We are missing one of our important individuals in the city.
Tara.
Yeah. Yes.
That concerned us a little bit as well when she went missing, but as she is not our responsibility, we did not do anything about it.
I heard that she might have been in contact with your organization.
Yes, she had managed to wiggle her way in on the lower levels, but nothing that would have instituted us having to handle it in any way. But
Well, as those who smuggle people out of Cheliax, knowing smugglers is part of the life.
Yes, it is. The thing that concerned us is when people started to go missing at a much faster level or rate than we were expecting. At first it was one or two here and there. It wasn't anything serious. But then we began to get reports that tieflings were disappearing very quickly. Yeah. One or two a night. And then...
That many?
Yes. There are enough tieflings in this area that is a possibility. So we began...
He looks up at Ana. Can I get a sense motive on Ana? Like how she's taking that? That's only a 4, so 17.
Yeah, you can't really get a beat on her. You can see that she is agitated, but that's it. Like, you can't figure out why. It could be because the shoes don't fit right. It could be because she is just annoyed in general.
How long ago did you first notice their influence?
About 2 months ago was when we started noticing dock workers going. Dock workers who were very responsible here all the time. People that we had specifically placed within the docks, and they were just gone.
They have grown this bold in 2 months?
Yes.
They are practiced.
Yes.
This is not their first city.
No, we feel that way as well. And the fact that there are no bodies. We have a feeling these people are being taken somewhere. Somewhere either very well hidden or they are not in this city anymore.
Or not on this plane.
He kind of nods and says, that actually had not occurred to me. But he kind of points to like all of you. And he says, I don't do magic. So.
Understandable.
This is a problem for us. It's starting to cause the authorities within the city to take notice. And as much as the Queen or the Domina knows, we are a necessary evil for the city. We also cannot take more than we have already taken.
I, through my own connections, have informed the Domina that your organization is not to blame for the Clovenhoof Society. She is
She
aware.
believe you?
Seem to.
You know, it wasn't all that long ago the Domina would have turned a blind eye to what happened. She has come a very long way in a short period of time. Having to suddenly take control of an entire country will do that.
Well, my loyalty to the Domina is very new. My loyalty to the network is long and deep. And my people are in danger. So I am here to clean up.
It began 2 months. Well, it began really 4 months ago. 2 months ago, it began to get worse. Up to the attack of the Clovenhoof Society.
And you have not... no witnesses?
No. They are like shadows.
Scheiße.
They come in, they take what they want, they leave. We have been searching for any information that we can get, and we've heard whispers of things underground, that they may be using tunnels or our own sewer system to get in and around the city without being noticed. But it's improbable, as most of the underground areas are controlled by the Nightwing. So we're not sure how they're getting around. And it is also possible they're magic users like you and are able to just appear like you did.
If you have not been able to see or get anything, they most likely are. There is most likely magic involved here.
Yeah. And we don't know how to combat that. We have magic users ourselves, but they're not able to be everywhere all the time. And we have places that they have to be. Places that are more important than this area. And as it has only minimally affected our operations to this point, we haven't been as motivated until the attack. That was not a message for the Domina.
I did not think it was.
That was a message for us.
It was on your turf.
Yes, it was. So they're either declaring all-out war, or...
They want to know how far they can push.
It is possible that someone did find something, and so this is retaliation in some way. But the Clovenhoof Society is an organization that has stood for a very long time. And they have been very useful for the Nightwing as well as for the Bellflower Network.
Many of the tieflings that come out of Cheliax have experience in the less reputable arts.
That is true. That is true. So and he leans back a little bit. And Anna, at this point, is kind of... She's uncomfortable enough in the shoes and the armor that doesn't fit quite right. And she looks over at you and she says, "Can I take this bloody thing off? Now that we know it's Captain Rogers, it doesn't fit, and my feet hurt."
Of course.
So she turns around and she begins to unbuckle and...
Do you need assistance?
No, it's fine. It's fine. And she takes it off, and Captain Rogers just kind of... You were at the ball, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And kind of smiles a little bit. And Anna sits down and kind of readjusts everything, but she still has a sword in her hand, and it's now laying across her lap. Blade out.
As is at this time, I am gonna looking back to him. So I now know the connection with Vashnar still, but I heard that Jaltero was the one more connected with information.
Haltero's the information. He's basically Vashnar Still's accountant. He does have the information, though. He likes to think he knows more than he does most of the time.
Most nobles do.
Yes, we've experienced that too. But he is very useful to find out what's happening within court. And Vashnar Still is very useful for shipping and getting things out of the city. They both have their uses.
A wise ruler knows that you cannot... The underbelly will always have those within it. It's just a question, are they those that you can work with, or those you cannot?
Yes. Well, my introduction to the Nightwing was very young. But when the Domina and her family began to take power and the events of the separation of Revenel from Cheliax, things were done that made my loyalty to her absolute. So, it's better that I be in this position, but Vashnar still was already a member. He was already organized. So when I came into it, he felt like he was in charge. That changed very quickly.
Well, thank you.
He sits back and he says, I do have a question for you, though.
Yes.
You indicated in different ways that you were a slave.
Yeah.
Are you interested in doing anything other than the Bellflower Network?
For the right cause, and possibly the right price. I have worked in the shadows, behind governments, for most of my life. Too long to believe in the rightness, always, of law.
Understandable. Who was your owner? And at that, Anna, she stands. And she says, As I think we're done here.
Agreed.
And Captain Rogers just kind of smirks a little bit and he's like, well, if you're interested in expanding your repertoire, you know where I am. And
I believe you know exactly where we will be.
That is true. Know this, though. You know who I am, but do not mistake that you know the network. The Nightwing is much farther reaching than you would ever imagine. So.
Understood. Well, it is my hope that we can help each other.
Yes, me as well, considering if things get back to the domino that shouldn't, there will be a problem.
I know my way around information. I will be discreet, give what needs to be given and what will keep me in a position to help and no more.
All right.
And in return, I hope that information will find its way to me. Know that while it sounds like the Nightwings do not want an out-and-out war with this organization.
No.
I have no problems with going to war with those who take others.
Noted.
Pleasure. And we will see you, I imagine,
very soon.
at the back in the Green District.
And
how do we get back? Anna, did you pay attention? I was
Anna-
watching the carriage. How do we get back?
Anna is just standing next to you, just kind of like, I don't know. We were like,
Okay, this is the docks, and we were.
And
so
Captain Rogers does give you like a very like. It's not that difficult. You go out to it's like, okay, look, you go out to the main road, you go down this alley, and you go out to the main road, and then you just walk all the way back. And, you know, it's going to be a little while. I mean, to get here is like a half an hour or more. So, like, I mean, it's going to be a minute. So he gives you the directions and...
turns back to Anna. Did the shoes fit at least?
No, but that's fine.
Too big?
Yes. It's all right. It's all right. It's fine.
I can heal the blisters when we get back.
Okay, thank you. And she does she's like trying not to show it, but she's definitely a little uncomfortable. And she does look at the armor before you guys leave, and she says, "This was one of yours. Can you just take it back? I don't want to put it back on."
Yeah, the guards at the gate, we used the authorities that the Dominor had given us and requested his armor. He was a little put out.
And Captain Rogers just begins to laugh. He's like, yeah, I probably was. All right, I'll get it back.
So
it's like, you two are interesting, to say the least.
Well, be sure to pass along to your superiors that we are not here to make your life difficult.
We will. I will.
But as long as you leave the halflings alone.
You guys leave, and as you walk out the door, Anna does kind of, with her tail, she kind of grabs the door handle and pulls it shut behind you, and you begin walking back.
So as we get out and walk a little farther away, I imagine the carriage is gone now.
Yeah, he went back a while ago.
As we get around the corner, so we're out of sight, Az turns back to Anna. Holy crap, I did not expect that at all.
No,
that was like, holy cow. What's this?
I was Captain Rogers.
I know, I was like...
I didn't expect him to even... Did you get any indication before this that he...
No.
Neither did I.
That was like, wow. As one professional to another, I have to give him credit. I had no clue.
I have no ability in subterfuge, and that I don't even
his dual loyalties is
how can I don't understand that.
He thinks that the Nightwing is a part of the city.
But the way he talks about it is like it's a business.
Yeah, to them it is. It's no different than being a member of the guild, the Merchants Guild to him.
That's so weird.
I have worked with people like this to get people out of Cheliax many times.
I mean, I can imagine they're useful. It's just, I don't know.
Especially coming from the Hellknights, I imagine it is very weird.
I have a hard time with it.
But I did not expect that.
No, not Captain Rogers.
That was not expected. But
alright, I guess we'll walk
and
back.
he's going to put his arm out like this and say, "Shall we walk back?"
And she puts her arm into yours and kind of hugs it to her a little bit. And she does have a little shiver because she's wearing a fairly revealing gown.
Now, Anna, can you do one thing for me as we walk back?
Yes, what?
You have she sells the sword, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Can you just swing the sword? It can be the funniest thing. A woman walking down the street, gorgeous dress, with a sword out, just waving it around. Get the mental image here.
Right? And so she starts kind of just, it's naturally moving a little bit.
Yeah, she's walking.
So she's here and she's like, is this what you wanted?
Perfect. Oh. And then Az gets a little more serious. As you're walking, he's looking straight ahead. Anna, the dress is very fetching on you.
And she kind of... Thank you. You look quite good in that as well. Sir Michael did a very good job.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, be careful of that man you danced with. There's something about him that does not sit well.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know. There's something about him. Just that there's a feeling of duplicity. He is not who he seems.
Perhaps, but
that is all.
He was very kind. He said very nice things, and he was not at all like some of the men that I've met.
And that should be your first sign that something is off.
What, the fact that not a complete lowlife is attracted to me? That should be my first sign?
No. That he was at a noble's ball and is not a complete lowlife.
All right.
That is all. I simply say, be careful.
Okay.
Well, let us.
Yes, and
we have
you've
quite
been
a
walking.
walk.
Yeah, you've been walking at this point.
And as we go, I'll spend one of my single action heals for my list of heals that I get every day, and just do a single action heal to heal her little bruises, her little her feet,
her feet that are just starting to blister up a little bit. As you walk, you move through the city and get closer and closer to the Green District, and there's a little bit more movement. There's guards kind of moving around and doing different things that you can see kind of in the distance. And as you come around a corner, you see along the sides, it kind of opens up into this fairly large and beautiful stone garden, almost. And there's a large fountain in the middle, and there a couple of trees are up, and you imagine during the daylight it would be a very nice shaded area. And standing there, as you come around the corner, are two figures. One is very tall and very bulky. And in the darkness, you are not totally sure who this is. Next to this individual is another well-armored, tall person. As you move closer, there is a sudden flash of light and a burning in front of these two individuals, and they come into very sharp relief. They are dressed as ones that you would recognize. And Ana knows who they are immediately.
Hellknights.
And he stops with the sword forward and says to you, We're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Run.
And with that, we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, and we will see you then.
5 minutes.
5
Be right
minutes.
back.
And we're back. Okay, so Aas and Ana have gone kind of around the corner to see this with the two bad guys right over there. And you both stop. And you just said, run.
Yes.
But a booming male voice echoes through this courtyard and says, by the authority of the House of Throne, with written seal from Lictor Adam and verified by the Master of Blades Mardinus, by order of Titus Germilianus, you have been ordered back to Citadel Enferak, as your writ of ownership has not been nullified and your passage from Cheliax is unlawful. You will accompany us back to your rightful owner. If you refuse to comply, you will be removed forcibly and with extreme prejudice. And he lifts, he takes the paper that he was looking at and drops it into this fire that is in front of him. And with that, the flame goes out. And we're going to roll initiative.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Some initiative rolls. Hero point.
Hero point. Okay.
No. Actually, no. I will keep the nat one.
You're going to keep the
I'll
nat
keep
one?
the nat one. I will keep the nat one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep the nat one.
Okay. Okay.
I'll keep that. Unless the anyone there on the chat who has 500 channel points wants to give as a hero point, that would be to have a second one. That'd be great. But I'm not going to use that up on that.
That'd be great. That would be great. Okay, so what is?
So that's a 14.
That is a 14. Okay. Well then.
I'll
Okay,
I'll
so you get a better look at them, and you can.
Okay. Can I use the hero point?
Yes, you can use the hero point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a 3.
It's okay. Wait, did we have 2 hero points that got redeemed?
Villain
we got
point.
A villain point and
John
a hero
Jim
point.
Gave a villain
I was about
point.
to say, I think we've got 2 of them. Thank you, John.
No,
this is the first time that the villain is going to have a chance to re-roll. It's exciting.
Dang it.
All right.
So 16.
6.
Because I rolled a 3.
That's so much better. Oh my god.
It's better. Thank you.
All right. So you see. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you see as they the male, because it's a man and a woman.
Okay.
And the man is at least 6'5".
We don't recognize. I don't
you
recognize.
don't recognize
the
their faces.
individuals. Okay.
But they are dressed One is dressed as a full Hellknight with a set of chains hanging down the left side of his body. And it signifies his rank. And the woman, she is dressed as more of as a signifier than as a like a sword wielding melee kind of person. But she's dressed a little bit differently than what you expected. She's kind of like a weird cross in between the two. But she also has chains hanging down from the side.
Right.
So the man comes around and is going to use his first action to move.
Did Ana roll?
Okay. I rolled for everything before.
Oh, you pre-rolled it.
I pre-rolled everything so that this would not take all of the time in the world. Okay. All right. So he is going to move. There it is. I can't freaking find it.
And Ana doesn't have on any armor.
Ana, and she does not have any armor on. He is going to use his rapier to slice at Ana, which is 26, which hits her.
Yep.
For sure. And that is going to be 1d6 plus 8. Jeez. 8. So it's 14 points of damage.
All right.
Against Ana.
So 1 movement, 1 hit.
1 movement, 1 hit. And for his third action, he is actually going to move again.
Over to me.
Yep, to this side. Next up is the woman. She is going to hold on just a second. All right, she is going to come the other way around here. And she is going to go after Ana as well. With her attack. All right, she's attacking with the great axe. Oh, freaking hell. Jeez.
What?
Pretty sure she just critted on Ana.
What is it? What's your roll?
Yep, she did. She just critted on Ana, 33. So that is she brings the great axe down and just slices straight down Anna's back as Anna's trying to turn away, and just opens up a big gash down her back. And that is going to be 1d12 plus 10. So that is 17 additional points of damage. And then she is actually going to back off a little bit. Just gonna move this way for her third action. And as a free action, she is going.
Ana did an attack?
Oh, yes, attack of opportunity.
Take attack of opportunity, Ana.
Thank you. Yes, attack of opportunity with Ana. So she's gonna attack with her sword. What kind of sword is it?
Because you haven't gone yet, I don't think you get your attack of opportunity yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think because you haven't gone in an initiative.
Hold on, where's attack of opportunity?
I think you get your attack of opportunity at your turn, and then you use that each turn. I don't think you get one before you get.
No, you
to
get
an
one.
Initiative.
But you get one reaction
per round. But you haven't even started a round yet.
But his initiation of the fight.
You're the GM. You decide.
I feel like the initiation of the fight is the beginning of the round.
All right.
So yes, we're gonna say that she has an attack of opportunity. So gritting her teeth and bearing through the pain, it didn't help much. You tried though. That's the point. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yay, Ana! Go, Ana!
But I am going to lower the stats.
Yeah, it's only a single.
It's only going to be a normal silver greatsword.
Yep.
So, okay. So.
Not even silver gem, probably.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so that is
1d12.
16. Let's just see if it. I don't think it critted, but I'm gonna try. Nope, it didn't crit. Okay. Oh shoot, the last one critted, so it's actually not 17. It's
34.
34.
Honest, hurting.
She is seriously hurting. But she did manage to hit this person, and she does 1d12. Oh, jeez. So it was 1d12 plus, I don't think... Can you look it up really quick?
What?
Just a regular...
It's 1d12.
It's just 1d12,
Yeah,
but is it plus anything?
Just plus your strength modifier.
Okay. Thank you.
Which is +4. So 1d12 plus 4.
Yeah, 1d12. So she only does is 7 points of damage.
All right.
To the chick, but you know.
The chiquita.
The chiquita. And with that action and response, Anna's sword does kind of bite into the woman's thigh just a little bit. It's like more like a really big bruise than it is anything. But she is going to the woman, as she's backing off, she does turn in and say, "You will comply." And now it's your turn.
All right, that's my turn. So Az is going to immediately put his hand over onto Ana, and I'm going to cast a single action heal, which does 3d8.
Oh, okay.
5 plus 6, 14 points of healing.
14 points.
Yep,
of
14
healing.
points of healing with a single action. And then Az is also going to cast on Ana haste.
Okay.
So you now have 4 actions. So you get an additional action each turn.
Okay.
To use as a strike or a stride.
Okay.
And it lasts for 10 rounds.
Okay. This is your last. Was that?
That's it.
The 2. Okay. You hear coming down the alley, or not the alley, but down the road, you hear this of claws scraping against stone, and ripping
Bruce,
around the corner is Bruce. He comes tearing around the corner to try and keep up or get to Ana. So he is going to end up here.
Oh, because he's coming the other direction. That makes sense.
Because he's coming the other direction. So he is now over there and has entered the battlefield. So Ana is going to...
Bruce.
First thing that she is going to do, she's going to look at you and say, "You have the healing potions. I need one. Now."
I just healed her.
I know, 14, but she was down to 16.
I can't do anything else this round.
You can't, as a free action, go in? Dang it.
No, that is an action.
Okay, so she's still going to say that to you and say, "Get them out." And then turn and call to Bruce and say, "Bruce, attack!" And as is with all of our things, Weston is going to
Jaeger Bruce. All right, so who's she going to have order me to attack?
She's gonna the guy that's closer. Yeah.
So Bruce takes single action to run up there, and then he is going to attack. Is this an updated one?
Yeah, that's the updated.
No, because he's 2d8 now.
Are you sure?
Yep. And that is a 19.
Nice.
Jumbled.
Oh, yep. Okay, here's the updated.
There's the updated one.
There's the updated one.
All right, there we go. So that is a 19 plus 12. That's a 31.
Whoa. That is not a crit.
It's not a crit, but it definitely will hit.
But that hits, yeah.
That hits square. So that does 2d8 plus 3 piercing.
Nice.
7. Oh. Keep that one on there. And 3. So 10 plus 3, 13 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And since he attacks him, he has a negative 5-foot status penalty to his speed for 1 minute.
Okay. So he can only go 20 feet instead of 25. Okay, awesome. And then Ana is going to...
You have 2 actions left.
Yeah.
don't you run around
honestly,
so he's flanked and then hit him.
yeah, she really doesn't want to get close, but
I'll heal you. If you fall, I'll heal you.
So she's gonna hit, or she's gonna go around to make him flanked.
You have 3 actions
and she's
left.
Yeah, she has 3 actions left. So he is now flanked, and she is going to attack him. However, he turns very quickly and looks at her and says, "Nice try." And he's going to use deny advantage, where he is not flat-footed to any creature 8th level or lower. So she is going to attack, however. Oh, jeez. I don't think this is going to hit, but nope, barely does not hit. So she's going to swing it with her sword, and it just goes to the left of him a little bit. She's kind of taken back with the fact that he turned and talked to her.
She got one more. She's got one more.
And
she
then
can move back.
Yeah, and then she's actually, she is going to move backwards. I'm actually going to take this down.
Just do the 5 foot.
Just a 5 foot, so it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Okay, so now it is
His turn.
His turn again. Okay, so he is actually going to say out one more. He's going to say again, "You have been ordered back to the Citadel in Farak. Your writ of ownership is not nullified."
And as will yell back, "Go to hell."
He kind of just nods and turns on you. And he's going to attack you
All right.
with his rapier. That is a 16 plus 9.
It'll hit.
So that hits.
That hits.
And then, so that is 1d6 plus 8. 13 points of damage for you for his first action. His second action is actually going to be to move and he is going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
So that is a 10, and then
plus his athletics.
Plus athletics, okay. So that is a 21. And then wouldn't it be your strength plus 10?
I think it's my fortitude. I think it just misses.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he reaches out to grab you, and you wrestle kind of out of the way, and he doesn't quite manage to get the grip that he normally would. And
he just needed one higher, and he would have gotten it.
So, and that is his third. That was his third action. So now it is her turn. And she is also going to repeat what had been said previously.
They're just gonna say that every time.
And yeah, she's going to say that again. And then she is going to move forward. Like that. And then she is going to do a non-lethal attack on you.
Okay. So -2.
Mm-hmm. That's an 18.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that's.
You don't even need that. I have an AC
I'm like,
of 20.
that's totally gonna hit.
I have an AC of 20.
All right. So she has she's attacking with her greatsword, or her great axe actually. So that is 12. And then with it being non-lethal, is it -2 or is it -2 to your AC? Or
it's just -2 to her chance to hit.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
So she still hits. So how much damage was it?
So it was 12 points of damage,
All right.
slashing damage.
Ouch.
And for her third action, she is going to do the same and try to grapple you.
Oy.
Grab you. That is a 13. Athletics. That is a... Wow, that is a 26.
I'm grappled.
Okay, so she grabs you and manages to wrap her arms right around your shoulders and hold on with a strength that you did not expect from a woman that is covered with like all of the armor and whatnot. All right, so now it is your turn.
Okay.
To attempt to.
So I am now flat-footed and immobilized. I can't move. I am going to use 2 actions.
Okay.
To send off a healing spell on Ana.
Okay.
I have to roll, though, since I am grabbed, I have to roll a d20. It's a DC 5 check.
Yeah.
So I have to roll above a 5.
Yeah, just to be able to move.
17. So
okay,
I
that's
can,
good.
I can
so
still
you
do
can
it.
move and
so
you can do the
then,
spell. So what's the? So you did a healing.
Yes, I did a 2-action heal. 5, 8, 6, 14, plus 24. So 38 points of healing.
Oh, for Ana?
For Ana.
Okay, perfect. That gets her right back up.
And then I will use, since I'm not probably going to be moving at the moment, I am going to use, let me see what I've got. Do I have anything that's single action? Just that, and that's not worth I guess I will, at that, put up my shield.
Okay.
I will raise up my shield over me, which gives me a +1 kind of back to my AC. It is a, let me see, shield is a verbal component, so I don't even have to move, so I automatically get it.
Okay.
All right, that is the end of my
cool.
turn.
So that's the end of your turn. Okay, then Ana is going to yell at Bruce and say, Bruce, attack! And she's going to point straight at the guy right there.
All right, so I move up there, and then I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay.
That's a 14 plus 12, 26.
That hits.
All right, does another 2d8. It's only 3. Come on. 6. 9, 12 points of damage, of piercing damage to him.
Okay. All right. So, Ana then is going to use this and attack him, but
Not flat-footed.
he is not flat-footed because of his what's it called? Deny advantage. I just wanted to get the name of it. So she is going to attack. Oh, dang it.
Come on, Ana.
It's not going to hit. That's a 21.
Nope.
And it doesn't hit. So she slices down and once again is unable to move. It's really get him at all. It's
She got 2 more actions.
really frustrating her, and she's like, ah! So she is actually at this point, she's gonna move and try to take out the chick that's grappling you, so that you can not be grappled anymore.
Awesome.
So she is going to attack.
Do you want to attack or use an action to aid me in getting out?
Yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That makes a little bit more sense. So she's gonna move and then she's gonna aid you in your ability to get out.
So you can use a skill or an attack roll to do that aid. Either way, it's up to you which way you'd want to do it. And then I have, let me see this grabbed.
So skill being, what do you mean?
You can use your athletics, or you can use any of those skills, or your attack bonus. Mm-hmm. You roll a d20, add those to it. If you get above a 20, then I get a +1.
Oh, okay.
That's the way
Let's do the
works.
attack. Let's do the attack then. Oh, nice. That is a 29.
Okay, it's 29. Mm-hmm. So then if that's 10 more, then I think it's DC 20, so it'd have to be a 30 in order to crit.
It's just a 29.
So it gives me a +1 on my chance to get out.
Okay, cool. So that will be, that'll be her third action. And now it is Adam's turn. So he is going to once again, repeat what he had said.
Every time, okay.
Your ownership is not nullified, and your passage from Cheliax is unlawful.
Can you shut up?
Oh, you really can't. And then he is going to bring his sword down once again, non-lethal, to attack. Oh my gosh.
And I have a
That's an 18.
1. Oh, he misses. Oh no, he rolled
that's
an 18.
plus 16.
So that's a 34.
So that's a 34.
Minus 2 makes it a 32.
32.
But my AC at the moment,
that
because I'm flat-footed, is only a 19. So that's a crit.
That's a crit. Okay. So that is 1d6 plus 8. 13 times 2, so 26.
Okay. My shield absorbs 10 of that.
Okay. So then
I only take you
Oh
watch
wait,
as the
no,
magic.
29.
Okay. My shield still takes 10 of that.
Okay.
And shatters. You watch as it shatters. And then I take 19 points of damage. Shoot. I'm getting low.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, my turn?
No, that was just his first action.
Okay.
His second action is actually going to be to turn to Bruce and try to get this nuisance out of the way, because Bruce is still there growling and kind of grabbing
Bruce.
him and whatnot. So he is going to bring his sword down on Bruce.
No, with the Brucey.
13 minus 5 is 8.
8.
And then 8 plus 16. So
That's still 24.
still 24.
So that will hit.
Okay, and so 14 points of damage.
All right.
Against
He's all right. He's all right.
He's okay. All right,
Yeah.
and then he is going to move this way slightly to get a better angle on you.
All right.
Okay, and then now it's the woman's turn. She has you grappled. She's now going to try and knock you to the ground, prone. And that's only an 8. So I think that's a failure.
That's an 8
And
plus
it's a
for athletics, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a failure.
That's failure.
So she's unable to do that, but she's not going to let you go. Now that she has you, she's just going to attempt it again. Yeah, she's going to attempt it again to try and get you down on the ground. Oh, and that's a 9. So yeah,
negative 5. That's not going to happen. So
that's not going to. So that's 2. Hold on one second. She is going to hold. No. She's gonna hold her action.
It takes 2 to but she can aid him to hit me.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So I actually think you roll when you aid.
A natural 20 though.
Critically. So she gives him a +2.
Gives him a +2. Okay, so he'll have a +2.
But that will be on
attack.
his next attack.
Okay, so so that's all those. So next is your turn.
All right, my turn.
Anna, as a free action, is gonna yell, "Get out! Get out of it!"
So I am going to attempt a reflex save to get out of this. It's a 6. It's a 16. It's not
You've
enough.
only used one.
I'm gonna use my hero point. I'm gonna use another hero point. Come on. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Come on. Do the chest thing.
One more. This from a 6 to a 7. So that's a 17, 18.
Yeah. That's
So you do 10 plus, I think, athletics.
Yeah, it's 10
for
plus
them.
athletics. It's 21.
Okay, yep. So I try to get out.
Oh, wait. Wrong sheet. Hold on. It's a 24.
Okay.
Actually.
So no, I am not able to.
So you are not able to extricate yourself. So
I then will use. So that's one of my actions.
Mm-hmm.
I am then going to use. I might as well keep myself standing. So
Okay.
I will use another one of my my heals. I'll 2-action myself.
Mm-hmm.
To give myself back some hit points.
Okay.
This does require movement, so I have to do the DC 5 check.
Okay.
5.
Okay, that works.
So I have made it.
You made it.
2, 3, 1. But then 24. So it's still 30
Okay.
points of healing to me.
Okay.
So I still hurt, but better.
Okay, so the rush of magical energy fills the space quickly, and there's a golden glow for just a second, and you are able to heal.
And then free action, I
yourself.
yell, Anna, get her off me!
She's like, I'm trying!
Get her off of me.
I know.
This is not okay.
She's like, I'm trying, I really am. And it is, since it's now her go, Anna is going to attack with her sword again.
What happened to her power attack? Like, power attack him.
Look, I haven't actually played her for like 14 sessions. Leave me alone. Okay, you're right. Yep, she's going to a power attack, and that's going to be 2 actions. That is a 16. Plus 16 is 20, 32.
32, that'll hit.
So that'll hit, and it doesn't crit because it's not the other person. Okay, so she is going to do 2d12.
2d12 plus strength.
5, 7. 5, 7 is
12 plus
4, so 16. So 16 points of damage, and
Come on, get this girl down. I need to start being able to deal damage to them.
wouldn't it? I mean, if she's been attacked, wouldn't she then have to let go of you?
I think I'll leave that up to you. I don't think there's a game mechanic necessarily for that. Be like maybe give her -2 or something like that on my next escape attack, escape attempt. I don't know. Up to you. And up to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's gonna break her ability to
Grab me.
really grab you by being attacked like that. So she, in just a natural response to getting smacked with something, she is going to let you go, and you are no longer grappled. So that's Anna's first 2 actions. Her third action is she's going to throw it to Bruce.
Who's he attacking?
And now that you're under, she's gonna send him to attack the guy. So he's gonna go over there. Sorry,
right.
if you guys you can't see Bruce. He's right here.
Do you want to move these walls?
Oh, we can remove the walls.
There we go.
There you go. There's Bruce. There's a wall here.
All right. Come on.
Come on, Bruce.
It's a 9.
Oh.
Plus 12 is a 21.
That does not
Does not hit.
Does not
All
hit,
right.
unfortunately. Okay. And then Anna is hastened. So she's actually going
So her
to...
last thing
she
can attack her stride.
Hold on.
She's going to go stand next to Bruce.
She's actually coming over here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. So now it is this dude's turn. So for his first action, he is going to attempt to grapple you again.
Stop it. I want to run away.
I know you do. That's why he's grabbing you. Oh, it's cocked. Okay, so that's an 8, so 16. So that's a 30, or 20. 16 is 24.
I'm grappled.
Okay, so you are grappled again, and he looks at his companion, because there was also she was aiding him.
Yes.
So you were definitely grappled at that point.
Definitely grappled.
And he is actually going to. That is the only thing he is going to do at that point, and he's going to look at his companion and he's going to say, "Finish the woman." And he's just going to grapple you. So she is then going to move over this way, and she is going to attack Ana. Oh, and she got 4.
Yay!
That's awesome. So that is a 20, and that does not hit Ana, which is great. So the woman slashes down with her great axe and is unable to connect as Ana dodges out of the way really quickly to avoid it. And then for her third action, she's going to attack again, following the instructions of her commander. That's an 11 minus 5 is a 6, and that's a 22 to hit, which will actually hit Ana even with the -5.
Dang it.
Which sucks. Okay, and hers, because her attack is a lot worse. There's 1d12 plus 10. Yeah, so it's 17. 17 points of damage against Ana. Okay. And now it is your turn.
All right. Az is sick of people just keep grabbing him and not hitting anybody. So Az is going to spend 2 actions. I'm going to roll my d20 and get above a 5. It's a 15. And I am going to cast with 2 actions at her.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Sudden Bolt. So,
Okay.
oh wait, I got to open my spellbook. I haven't been able to open
I
this
know,
up
I'm
for
like,
weeks.
you have not had to, we've not had combat. I think you and I are a little rusty.
A little bit. So, pull out my spell book here. If I can turn these pages like I'm supposed to. And yeah, he will yell, "Deschlag!" And out from his hand will shoot a bolt. So she needs to do a reflex save.
Okay. Alright, grab her page really quick.
Against a 22.
So, okay, that's only 18, so
All
she
right.
failed it.
Yes. She is going to take a full of 4d12.
Oh my gosh, okay.
10.
Okay.
3. 10.
23. That's cocked. Get all of your stuff out of your tray.
Oh, and 11. So that is
33.
34.
34.
Because I rolled 34 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, of electricity damage. Shoots at her.
It's kind of awful.
And then as a last thing, just to add insult to injury, I will, let me see for, yeah, I think it's just verbal for the one. I'm going to use a 2nd level magic missile on her for a single action,
Okay.
which will then do 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. 1.
1 and 4, 5, 7. 6. 7. 7 points of force damage to her as well.
Okay. All right. So she takes the electricity and it freezes her for a second as it goes through her into body and down into the ground, and you see the rock underneath her kind of shake for a second and then break at the force of the electricity coming through her. And then as the magic missile impacts in her body, she falls back slightly and is definitely hurt. You can see the cuts that have been opened on her skin, and the armor that she's wearing is heavily battered and bruised, and she is not looking well. All right, it is now Anna's turn. So Ana is going to
out, Ana.
turn and say to this shadowy woman entity, she's like, "I'm never going back to that hellhole, you bitch." And that's a 26 to hit.
Boom!
Hits. So with her sword,
Was that a power attack?
no,
Oh, no.
she's saving that. And then this for her next action, she is the woman is still standing and is definitely huffing and kind of moving backwards slightly and having a difficult time staying up. And Anna's just going to scream and attack, this time as a power attack against this woman. That is a 17. That will hit.
Yay! So 17 on the roll. Okay. I was like...
And with that, Anna takes the sword and, screaming with everything she has, knowing that this woman is everything she hates and everything she ran away from, takes a sword and brings it straight down, and in her fury and rage, it cuts through the metal of the armor and right into the neck and shoulder of this woman, severing the carotid artery. And as she does that, she shoves the woman back, and the woman just crumples to the ground.
And Az yells out,
and is dead.
Yeah, Anna, yeah!
And then for
Kick these stupid people's butts.
1, 2, 3. Okay, for her final action, she's going to throw it to Bruce.
Yep.
And say, Bruce, get him!
Wait, that was 2 attacks.
One was a power attack.
Okay.
So it was 2. And then the attack, and then she's sending her 4th hasted action
All
to
right.
Bruce. And she's telling Bruce to attack.
And Bruce will bite at him. And rolls a 1. But you hit these dice.
Technically, he is mine. So I will
use your
use a
hero
hero point to attack again.
That's a 5.
Seriously? I am not giving you control of Brucey anymore.
He hit twice. He missed twice. It's 50%.
No, that's true. All right. Okay. Now it is his turn. Seeing his compatriot fall.
Wait, what type of weapon does that guy have? Oh, he's got a rapier.
He's a rapier.
So he has a free hand. Okay.
Yeah, he has a free hand. Seeing his companion fall, he yells and screams into the ground or into the air, and with the grapple on you, he just shoves to try and get you onto the ground. That is an 18.
Yeah, with his bonuses, I fall.
So you are now knocked prone, and he is down like on top of you at this point.
Oh.
So like he's like, you're down, like, so he's grabbed you and then you're down, and it's like kind of like a policeman's thing where you're down and he's gonna try and try to restrain your arms.
Anna, get him off of me!
And that is going to be his only action.
He's not really able to do
he
much
can't
more.
really do much else, and
Bruce,
Sandera
bite him!
Sandera is now down, so it is your turn.
It's my turn. So he's holding on to me.
Yep.
And I am prone, but he's right above me. And so I am going to... come on, my phone turned off. There you go. The character. All right, so he's right there. Let's see, what do I want to do to him? I'd love to do that, but no, I don't do that.
Anna's going to shout out, though, in the middle of this and say, whatever you do, don't kill him.
Why not?
We need to know who's after you.
Fine. So then I will... Okay, she doesn't want me to kill him. So as... I'm going to see if I can do a spell. Manipulate action.
Okay.
14.
All right.
And Az is going to cast Zone of Truth.
What? Okay. Is it a 30-foot radius?
30 foot burst.
Okay.
Around, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So
That's
he gets
everybody.
a will save. He gets a will save against it.
Okay. That is a natural 20.
Well,
so it's a 32.
he's unaffected. Hell. She wanted to ask him questions. I thought we could start asking him questions.
So
Okay, so that's 2 of my actions. I've got 1 left. I will, for my final action, I will give guidance to Ana. So she'll have a +1 on her next attack roll.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you try to cast it, and as the magic goes out, it goes through the entire circumference of the area, but when it lands on him, you can see through your periphery that there has been no change with him, and his willpower is too strong. He's not going to be able to.
So at that point, I just drop it.
Get over it.
I just drop it.
Just drop it. And now it is Anna's turn. So she is first going to throw it to Bruce.
Get him off of me.
And she's gonna say, Bruce, attack.
Okay, it's a 12 plus 12, 24.
That is his AC.
Oh, get it.
So that hits.
All right, so there's my 2d8. Oh, 8. And 8.
Nice. 16.
Max damage, 16 plus 3, 19 points of damage. Nice. As he bites his, here's what I see him doing. He's on top of me, holding me down. Bruce is going to bite his leg and start pulling on it and just ripping around with his teeth.
Perfect. Awesome. And then as that is happening, I'm going to actually angle him a little bit this way.
All right.
Because then Ana is going to kind of move through his space so that she is over here, and she is going to do a power attack against him. Oh, no, that hits. 16 plus 12. So, yeah, that's 28. So that definitely hits. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 2. 7. So 9.
9.
9
plus 4.
points of damage. Oh, yeah, plus 4 because of her strength. So 13. So she takes her sword with both hands and with lots of vim and vigor. She attacks him.
Well, but she's like just kind of stabbing at him because he's on top.
Because he's on top. She's trying to get it. And because it landed, he is going to let you go.
Gotcha.
To keep consistent with what we did previously.
Yeah.
So he is going to let you go. You are prone, but you are no longer grappled.
All right.
So, however, it is his turn. And he is going to, in frustration and anger, I'm going to lay you down because you're prone.
Lay me down.
I'm laying you down because you're prone. In his
vigor and
anger,
vim, yes.
In his vigor and vim, he is going to turn and attack Ana with his rapier. Oh, jeez. And he is not going to hit. That is a 19.
Yeah.
So he goes to slide it, but he's very put off kilter because of this encounter, which he was not expecting to be this intense. And he... Oh, I put down the wrong amount. He goes wide and isn't able to hit on a... but with his... he is actually... yeah, he is going to attack Ana again.
Okay.
As he sees her as the more threatening of the two of you at the moment. Oh, nope. And that's not going to hit either. So for his third action... What?
I should remind you.
What? I do have a villain point. Okay, I'm totally using it.
Yeah. I was like, I would feel guilty if
12,
I just
16,
didn't remind you.
so that's 28 minus 5 is 23.
Does that hit?
Hits.
That does hit.
That hits her. So it is a 1d8 plus 8. 5. So that is 8 plus 5 is 13. So that's 13 points of damage against Ana. Okay, and then for his third and final action, having hurt her, he is going to turn back around and attempt to grab you again.
All right. Which with his athletics is not hard to do.
That's a 15 plus 11.
Yeah.
So it's 25. So you are grappled again.
All right. Whose turn is it?
Oh, this is totally coming out. It is now your turn.
All right. So, I then am going to cast a spell. So let me use my 15. So I'm above the 5.
You can move.
And then,
and for those of you that don't understand that, if you're grappled in Pathfinder, you have to do a flat 5 check to see if you can actually move and do anything.
Yes. If you're not just kind of held in place and unable to do anything at all to them. And so then I will. Do I have a? Oh, I don't have a.
Thanks for the villain point, John.
Yeah. And then I'm going to put my hand on him, and I'm going to say, "Slow down." And I'm going to cast slow on him, which is a
he loses a
fortitude save.
Okay.
Against a DC 22.
Oh.
Real bad.
21.
He fails.
He failed it.
He is slowed 1 for 1 minute.
Oh my gosh.
He loses.
Jeez.
He has
He
only
only
has
has two
two
actions.
actions for the next minute.
Holy frick. Okay.
So that is my last 3rd level spell.
All right.
And then for my free action, my last action, I am going to attempt to get out.
Oh, finally. Okay.
I tried before and wasn't successful.
Yeah, it's true.
Natural 20!
Nice! Critical success. All right. Well, you managed to roll out away from him,
We'll just say
and
right here.
yeah, and have you go, just like one away.
Actually, I have
but
to be.
you're
I
still
still have to be.
prone.
Yeah, I have to get up.
You're still prone, so you do still have to get up on your next turn.
Well, you can't have grappled and prone. You're either prone or you're. I guess. Yeah, let's do it that way because that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thinking of the
Okay.
game mechanics.
All right. So now it is Adam's turn. You've rolled away from him, gotten out because in my thought he'd had reached down to grab you.
Yep.
And you've now broken that grasp and rolled away. And so he's going to turn in a very quick motion and go at Ana to take her down. That is an 11, so that is a 27, which will hit her. That's a 5, so that's 13. 13 plus his strength, which is 3. So 16 points of damage against Ana. Yep. Just double checking my math. Making sure that's true. And then for his second action, he's going to move this way, which
don't drink.
will
Attack opportunity.
Put an attack of opportunity by Ana.
Get him, Ana. Get him,
So
Ana.
she is going to attack. 2. If anybody has a hero point.
500 hero points. You want to give?
If anybody has
give
any
Ana,
channel points that they want to use to give me
Ana a reroll,
hero
that'd be
point,
great.
that'd be great. I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
So oh no. Synth Knight.
No, Synth Knight did a villain point.
Oh, Synth Knight. No.
Adam is very happy. Thank you, Synth Knight.
Oh, there's a hero point.
Oh, and then there's a hero point for Ana. Okay, I'm gonna use the.
Active 6. You are 2 for 2.
Okay, Ana.
Reroll. Come
Ana's
on.
getting it. Come on, baby. 10. Hold on. That's 26. That hits.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 4. So that's an 8. So that's 8 points of damage against that. Every little bit counts.
It does.
Okay. So he moved over there. So this time he's not going to attempt to grapple. He's going to straight up
Try and hit me.
Try and hit you. But
all right, and I am prone, so I do have -2 on my.
Actually, no. He's not actually going to attack you.
Okay.
He is going to take out a vial and smash it on the edge of the weapon, of the rapier, and slide it all the way down the edge of the rapier.
He's putting something on there. Oil of potency or something like that.
Now it is Anna's turn. So she is going to
Anna, don't let him hit me, Anna.
She's like, I'm trying! Will you get off the ground? And she is going to try and power attack. Oh, no. It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
It was Adam's turn, so it's your turn.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I will use, he gets me up. So I'm going to use one of my actions to get up.
You've been waiting for those villain points since
one of my actions to run away.
Okay.
All the way over to here. Well, my mic's falling down.
I'm preparing to run away.
So I'm going to run all the way over here to get some distance.
Okay.
And then I have a single action left. So I am going to... every little bit helps, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will use a... No, I don't want to use that. Oh, I will attempt to aid Anna on her next hit by distracting him, saying, "Oh, look, I'm over here. I got away."
Okay. That works. All right. So she is, she had been here. She's going to do the same thing she was going to do 10 seconds ago. So she's going to move forward. And why are you?
I have to roll.
Oh,
aid.
that's true.
But that's using my deception. 15 plus 12. That's a 27. So she gets a +1.
All right. Cool. To her attack. Okay. So it's 28 plus 1.
29. She hits.
Not crit, but she does hit, and this is a power attack. So she, same thing where she's like, "Ah!" And she's bringing the sword straight down on this guy. 12.
Woohoo! Do it again.
10.
22 plus 4.
Plus 4, so 26 points of damage.
There we go, Anna.
Nice.
So that's two actions.
So that's 2 actions. And then she's going to throw it to Bruce, but he has a grapple action, doesn't he?
Not yet.
Not yet? Dang it. Okay. She is then going to use Titan Wrestler.
He does have athletics. He is trained, so he can grapple. He's got
What's his athletics?
11. He's got an 11 bonus to it. He can grapple if you want to.
Okay, I would like him to attempt to grapple this guy.
All right.
You're
rolling it?
Oh, you're Jaegering him.
Are you sure you want me to roll it? I haven't been rolling so well. Okay, come on. Come on, Brucey. That's a 9 plus 11, a 20.
And that's against...
I believe it's either his fortitude or I think it's reflex, actually.
Because if it's reflex, it's 17. But isn't it plus 10?
Rule check. Yeah,
it's plus 10, though, isn't it?
So is his reflex...
His reflex is plus 17, so it would be 27. And his fortitude is plus 10, which would be 20. So either way...
It ain't getting there.
It is not hitting him.
Okay, no, that ain't working.
It's not getting him.
Okay. This guy's not an easy one to fight.
No, he's not. They kind of sent the big guns after you guys.
So he's got 2 actions, though?
Yeah, so he only has 2 actions. So he is going to...
Well, he just attacked. That's one of his actions.
No, he
Bruce.
didn't. Oh.
He has 2 actions.
Yes.
So he can attack again. Do you want him to attack again or move?
You're Jaegering him.
But you're commanding him.
I'm going to have him attack.
Have him die. Right. Mm-hmm. Come on. Okay, 13, but at a -5, it's only an 8, plus his 12 is a 20.
So, yeah.
Miss.
That's going to miss. All right.
Not
Bruce,
anymore.
you're not helping. And then Ana is done. So it's now Adam's turn.
Doesn't she have a single action left? Mm-mm. Okay. Adam's turn.
Well, she 1, 2, 3, and then threw it to Bruce. Yeah.
Okay.
So Adam is going to turn, and he's going to look at her and say, "You are very, very annoying." And he is going to attack with his now poisoned weapon.
Oh, no.
And he is going to use the villain point.
Roll worse. Ah!
Natural 20.
No, Ana!
So, that hits. And Ana is now poisoned. 1.
So she had to do a fortitude
So she
save.
has to do a fortitude save. So hold on, let me do damage really quick. Let me roll damage for this. 1d6, 3, 8. So 11 points of damage, and then Ana has to roll a fortitude save. That is a 24 for fortitude. And it does not give me...
What's the poison?
It's just poison.
That probably beats it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good roll.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on. I took down my DM screen because it was annoying me. Hold on, we're looking up the rule really quick.
Rule check.
Rule check. Just a second. Okay, really, seriously, poisoned is not freaking on here.
Most poisons don't have that high of a roll though.
No, they don't.
It just says poison.
Yeah, it just says poisoned.
Most are a DC 18 that I'm reading right here.
Okay. All right, we'll just go with that. Okay, so yeah, she manages to kind of shake it off, but that is still that was 11 points of damage.
Yep.
She
is looking rough.
She's looking really rough.
All
and
right.
she shouts out to you, Az, and says, I really need that potion. And so that was one of his actions. And his second action, he is going to move to you.
All right.
But it is now your turn.
It is now my turn. So I am as he's walking up to me,
Will you grab the condition rings? They're right there. I just want to put slowed on him because I forgot that he was slowed.
Oh yeah, he only had 2 actions. Which that means that took one of his actions so he wouldn't be able to move up to me.
No, he took an action to attack her, and now he's in an action to move.
And Az then is going to say, I'm the one you want. And I will use 2 actions to cast mirror image. So now there's 3 more of me pop up around me. And to make me a lot harder to hit.
Mm-hmm. And then Ana is going to yell at you, remember, don't kill him.
And then I am actually going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to move over to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to make him waste actions chasing me.
All right, cool. All right, so it is now Anna's turn. So she is going to put a hand right directly on her chest. And she is going to cast Lay on Hands.
Yes.
Which is 18 points of healing.
She needs it.
She does. She's at 5. So that's her first action. 23. And then for her second action, she is going to move up to him.
Why did you do that?
Because she's trying to grapple him to get him down.
Okay. That makes sense, actually.
So she's gonna try to grapple him
In her gorgeous dress.
This just as a visual for all of you that might have missed the beginning of this, they are coming directly from a ball, and she is in a stunningly beautiful green gown that is now completely destroyed. All right. Oh, dang it. That is not going to get it. That's only an 8.
Az is gonna yell back, "Come to me!"
All right. And so she then turns and moves back 1. And then she's going to throw it to Bruce.
All right, Bruce is gonna run up to him. And he's gonna attack him.
Okay.
That's a 10 plus 12 is 22.
22. That's not it.
All right. And Bruce will not hit him. He will try it. He'll bite, and it just happens to bite down on a piece of armor. And he kind of backs up and yelps a little bit. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, exactly like that. No, but he's got a deeper voice. Come on.
Yeah, even Letty has a deep voice, and we have a pit bull, and she still yelps like that.
That's true enough. All right, that's the end. That's all Bruce can do.
That's all Bruce can do. Okay, so it is now Adam's turn again. So he is going to turn and go at Bruce.
All right.
So he's going to bring his sword around, which is still poisoned.
Natural 20.
Oh, not 1.
So
So that is a critical failure. So he goes to swipe, and at the last second, Bruce moves out of the way, and instead of getting Bruce, his sword goes straight into the ground. And he has to get it out.
Yep.
So he is going to slowly he's kind of going to try and pry it up. But because of the magic of the slowed spell that you put on him, the only thing he can do next is move. So he moves forward, and it is now your turn.
All right.
And Anna's going to say, don't you have something, some magic or something to just make him stop?
And Az is going to turn and look at her and be like, no, I do not have something that will just make him stop.
Like something to restrain him, or?
I used all those spells already. And Az will... Yeah, I don't have anything that would make him stop there.
You really don't have anything that could restrain him?
I had magical fetters. It was a 3rd level spell, but I had to use all those. So instead, the best thing we can do, if we knock him down, I can heal him enough to get him back up, and then you can hold him.
All right.
So then Az is going to be like, and I want to take him down. And so Az then is going to go ahead and use his sudden bolt again on this guy,
Okay.
Deschlag, and fire off. So it is a reflex save for him.
Okay.
Against the 22.
He just gets a 22.
All right.
17 plus 5.
So it does save, so it's half damage.
All right.
7, 13. Oh, that's cocked.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go. So 13, that's 25 plus 5.
30.
30. So 30 half. So he takes 15
15.
points of electricity damage.
Okay.
Which I wish this was Pathfinder First Edition. In First Edition, if they're wearing armor, they have they take more damage from electricity damage.
Oh.
If they're wearing armor.
That makes sense.
It courses through the
That
metal.
makes sense. Okay. All right. So was
So
that
that's
one
two
action?
of my that's two of my actions. So
Okay.
I've got one action left.
Okay.
And I will use that last action to give guidance to
Okay.
Anna.
All right. That's +1.
The +1 and say, you try to hold him down.
She's like, okay. And she's going to leap forward and try to grapple him.
So she's got +1 on this.
All right, so that's an 8 plus 9, and that is her...
Athletics.
Oh, why can't I remember anything? All right, so it's a 13, so 9 plus 13. So that's a 22. 22.
Against his athletics.
Nope.
Or against his reflex.
I don't remember. Reflex is 17.
Wait, let me check real quick here.
Okay.
Let me double check my rule. I don't grapple people.
This is where the rules in Pathfinder do get a little difficult. Perfect. I mean.
Yep. Oh, I don't have that skill, so I don't. That thing.
Oh, you don't have the.
Okay, let me double check. Don't do this often enough. Athletics.
I'm sorry, I didn't do a heavy story arc.
All right. So to grapple someone, there's so many things in athletics there.
Mm-hmm.
Long jump, shove, swim, disarm, trip, repair. Where's grapple? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, you have at least 1 arm free. You attempt to grab a creature or object with your free hand. Attempt an athletic check against the target's fortitude DC.
Okay. So 20.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, she got it.
Yay!
Okay. So she reaches out and grabs him and manages to hold on. And as he's kind of struggling against her, and he's moving, and you can see that he's really not. He has very little strength left to even try and fight against her. And as she's holding him there, she's just gonna say, "Do you really want to join your friend, or will you give up?"
And Az will put his hand out, and his fingers, lightning shoots between the fingers. He says, "I would prefer you struggle."
And Anna's gonna I'm having those 2 actions. She's gonna hold really tight.
So we're doing an intimidation check from you? Or? Okay.
Yeah, so she's gonna do an intimidation check.
Intimidate him.
And that's cocked. Oh, that works. 13. 9. So that is a 22.
Against his will, DC.
22.
Yay!
So he is intimidated, officially demoralized. He is demoralized. But as she's saying that, and he's looking at Az, and Bruce is coming around the corner, slowly stalking him. All right. Okay. I won't struggle.
Okay. Ana. And then he'll put his hand forward, and I'll 2 action heal her again.
Okay.
Because she needs it.
Yep.
7. 3 is 10. 6. That's 16 plus 24. So 40 points of healing.
Okay. That takes her totally up. Back up. All right. So Anna's kind of looking around, and as she feels the spell take over and heal her completely again, and she looks at you and she says, "Thank you very much." And as she's looking around, she doesn't see a single damn thing that we could use. And she says, "I'm gonna need you to do something that is a little sacrilegious."
What?
"I need you to take my knife." And remember, she has those 2 knives that are strapped on her back. And she grabs one of them, and she hands it to you with her free hand. The other one has got the guy grappled. And she says, "I need you to cut off the cloak."
The what?
The cape thing that's on my dress. I need you to cut it off.
Okay, so this isn't the shroud of
No, she doesn't have that on. She's like, "Sir Michael is probably going to kill us. But I need you to cut it off. And we will use it to restrain him and take him back to palace.
You're holding him. It'll be as if I just do this. And I'm going to take off my coat. And I can cut some ribbons into that.
Okay.
For binding and
that
stuff
works.
like that.
Okay. And she grabs... So
I have rope.
You have rope?
I have rope in my bag of holding. So I will reach into my bag of holding and say, how about this?
You had that the entire time.
We have not needed it before now. Falls out, and you watch.
Could have
he
pulled
does,
this out
50
sooner.
feet of rope just slowly starts feeding it out from his bag of holding.
Little clownish.
And then
Right.
I will take and start tying it around his feet.
Okay. No, not his feet. He has to be able to walk. Unless you want to carry him.
Okay.
All right. So you tie up his arms.
Yeah, then we gotta tie up his
a real good tight knot, and he
I
kind
give
of
it, well,
grunts.
if it has to be tight, I hand it to Anna to tighten it. Like you're probably better at this than I am.
All right, thank you. And she ties it and really nice and tight, and he kind of grunts and with his arms behind his back, and with that, we are out of combat. Okay.
That got close there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Music Man, will you change the music, please?
Yes. The music man will change the music. We're back in the town. Do, do, do.
No. Serious music, please. Thank you.
And I'll switch our cam.
Yep.
All right.
So,
Combat.
he is restrained, and you are now in this alleyway. And in the distance, you can hear almost like the clattering of metal against metal. And slowly, the sound gets louder and louder as you both are standing there kind of trying to catch your breath after this fight. And Bruce goes on total alert, and he's growling and...
So, question. How's Anna's dress?
Oh, it's ripped up. It's tattered. It's bad. It's really bad. And around the corner comes a small group of guards that had been alerted to the fight and were coming to aid you. If he had held out a little bit longer, he would have been surrounded by a bunch of guards. But the guards come in and see you, and you recognize the one from the gate, the one that had been in charge at the gate, and he says...
the one who took off his clothes?
The one that took off his clothes, but he now has armor on again. And he looks at Anna real quickly and just kind of sidelong says to her, "Where's my plate?"
Don't worry, it'll get back to you. Don't worry.
We heard the commotion. It was reported to us. We came to assist, but it looks like you have it in hand.
Yes, please report that the Chilaxian government has sent in 2 agents without permission from the Domina.
Chilaxian? Okay. And he looks over at the body of the woman that is down on the ground, and he nods to 2 of his guards and says, "Collect her. We need to take them all back. This is going to take a little bit of cleanup." And so he kind of comes around, and with 2 of the other guards flanking you 2, he does attempt to take control of the man, and Anna, gives him a look of pure and utter disdain. And she says, "No, he is mine. He is not for you to take." And the guard kind of steps back slightly and was like, "Okay, I just was going to help."
And as is going to, I'm going to do some diplomacy. I'm just going to pat him on the shoulder. Don't worry, she is invested in this. It's okay. It's not you.
And she kind of kicks the the Hellknight, and he
She does not
moves
like
forward
when
a little
people
bit.
Stab her.
Sure, let's go with that reason why she's upset. And you guys all move forward, and you get back to the gates of the Green District, because you guys were really close to the Green District, and the guard does look at the both of you and said, "You can accompany if you would like, but he has to be taken to a holding cell."
Alex and Anna, should we go with, or should we go inform those in charge?
Let them take him. You can see this like visibly is painful for her to say this. I want, and she looks at the guard and she says, "I want to be in the interrogation. This is a Hellknight. You don't understand them the way I do. You won't know what to say. You won't get anything out of him." And the guard kind of nods and says, "Okay, but I don't." Okay. And like he's kind of like he's very confused by all of this, because you guys have that writ from the Domina about like give them whatever they want and do whatever they want, and this is like not how he does things. And it's very frustrating for him.
If you have any concerns, talk to Ulfric.
Ulfric?
Yeah.
You're friends with Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's gonna be next up on shift anyway, so we will talk to him, and he hands the guy, the Hellknight, off to 3 of the guards, and Anna says to them as they're leaving, "Do not underestimate him. He might be hurt, but he is a Hellknight." She looks at you and says, "They actually sent Hellknights after us."
We knew they would.
After you, not me. They were trying to kill me. They were trying to take you.
I am valuable. And I still have my disguise on, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
As far as like darker.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we better get back to the house. At this point, this dress is ruined. And she looks down, and there are huge cuts and blood on the dress, and like the cape is kind of like ripped off one shoulder, and like she's just like, he really is gonna kill me, isn't he?
And Az is gonna look, step back, look up.
I don't think you can fix this.
I say this actually I think suits you a little better.
Right, of course.
I can clean it if you want. At least it will not smell like blood.
All right.
And then I'll press the digitation, all over the dress. It's gonna take a little bit longer because there's a bunch of digitations that need to happen.
Bunch of stuff. And you two begin to move into the Green District at this point, and get back to the house. The ball is still going pretty strong. This has been probably in totality maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And with nobility, they can party well into the early hours of the morning. So you can get back to the house. And Anna's slowly going to, first she's going to take off those wretched boots. So she walks through the door and sits down immediately on a small little bench and begins to remove the boots.
Az is gonna sit down next to her. Well, that night did not go as expected.
No, I don't think it went any way that we thought it would. As she drops one of the boots.
Are there any of the servants around?
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming out. Like they weren't expecting you guys back yet, so they weren't totally prepared to help you, but you do have a servant that's coming out to kind of look at you, and she stops short and kind of like, do you two need any assistance?
Yes, question for you. He motions to Anna's dress. Do you think we can fix it?
I'm sorry, sir, but I really don't think so.
I was just gonna look at Anna and laugh.
And Anna's just like, it's a hopeless case. He's gonna kill me. Like, we just all need to just accept there will be death. You will need to bring me back.
Az is gonna like move because he's got holes in the, like, there's slash marks in his tuxedo too. He's like, I don't think I'm in any better shape.
But she does ask. She's like, would you like us to draw baths for you?
Oh, that sounds nice.
Okay,
We'll. Nice. Anna?
Yes, please. That's hot water. Yes, that sounds wonderful. Thank you. Can we also get possibly some food?
Did you not eat enough?
I think maybe I just am nervous and would like to eat something. So, yes, some food. If you could bring some food to my rooms, that would be perfect. Thank you. And the servant nods and kind of smiles, and she's like, all right, you guys look like you've been through quite the ordeal.
And Az is I'm going to actually take a minute, and I'm going to medicine check myself, because I actually still need some hit points.
Okay. You did get hit a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
So I crit on that, so it doubles the amount of dice. 5. Only 7, so 14 points of healing from...
we still haven't used the potions.
You've got a cleric with a ton of heals.
I know.
I don't need them very often.
All right, so you guys...
I will actually... I think I will give you the potions in the future.
I think so
because
too.
I don't need them. If I need to heal, I heal. But if I can't get to you, you need a way to heal more.
Well, you're the one with the bag, though. Where was I going to keep a bag?
We will get you a bag. A cute little bag.
The bag aspect is not the problem. I was in this tonight.
This is true.
And you decided to run off after... It's fine.
But we found out some very important information.
We did.
And made a very important contact. This is not a waste.
And she kind of grabs you and kind of tugs you as to keep going upstairs, and she says, do we tell the Domina about Captain Rogers?
No.
She wanted to know who the mole was.
She did.
So what, we're just going to lie to her?
Yes. We will...
As I can't lie.
We will not simply not tell her that information. We can say that we know that as she suspected, because she already suspected, that Vashnastil is working with the Nightwing.
That's true.
We know that to be the truth. And we have made contact with the Nightwings ourselves. And they are of like mind with this new situation.
All right. I will leave the talking to you because I cannot lie to save my life. We both know that at this point.
But, as usual, you...
I can hit things.
Have other skills that I sorely lack.
Hey, you actually did quite well.
They kept grabbing me and knocking me down. That is...
Imagine if they had been trying to kill you.
Again, very glad you had your a sword. I wish you had your sword, though.
I know.
In the future,
I am not
bring
going
that
anywhere.
in the bag of holding.
I am not going anywhere without my sword and my armor from now on.
No.
We might need to find me some better armor that is not quite so clunky as the plate. But
As at that, I'm gonna pull up in my bag, I'm gonna pull out the note from my mother.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I never did look in this.
No, you didn't.
Rip it open it up, and take a look at what it actually says.
Okay. You're still in the hallway.
Yeah, we're just walking, right? We're just walking.
Just walking up the stairs, and you're kind of in the hallway where your rooms are. You open up the letter, and in it is the promised estate note, basically the title of a 35-acre farm with what is described in the letter or in the title as a 5,000 square foot home with outbuildings and all the servants and workers on the farm to keep it running have all been given to you. And then there's also a secondary note in it, very similar to the one given to you by Sir Michael, which you have still not cashed, by the way.
We haven't had a chance.
I know. I'm just letting you know. On that note, it does say to, which you might have to embrace your name a little bit more. It says it's written out to Charles Brightman Alphenkamp. And it is in the sum of 5,000 gold. After you pull that out, there is a small note from your mother. And it's not long. It says, "This is not enough for what you went through, but hopefully it will help." And that's what is in the letter.
He's going to present both to Ana.
And she takes both and she looks at first the title and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a lot."
Yeah.
Wow. And then she pulls out the other one and she's like, "Oh my gosh, how as you're like really rich now, like really rich. Holy, wow." She hands it back to you. Says, "I didn't realize your family was that wealthy."
Yes, they are. Well,
yeah.
The often comps are that wealthy.
No, to be totally specific, your mother is that wealthy.
True. I can handle that a little better.
I'm glad that you're all right.
Yeah. How's Bruce?
Bruce has just kind of been hanging back a little bit. He's good. He's licked his wounds and he's okay though. Like he's just got some bruises. And Ana turns and looks at him and says, "Hello, darling. Are you all right?"
He did get hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So I should. I'm like,
he did.
Let's me look at him.
All right.
So I will do medicine check. 18. So definitely.
Nice. Okay.
I'm just doing the normal one. So 2. So that's 12 points of healing. So yeah, he's almost at full.
Okay. And
He's
Bruce,
like
as you're doing the administrations, Bruce is kind of like talking to Ana. He's like, "Well, so the guy was like really big, right? And then, but then the girl, she had all the weirdness on the chains. And do you know who these people are?" And he's just like kind of jabbering at her, and as she's petting him, and you're kind of looking over his wounds, and she
kind of wrap him. He's got some bandages tied up on him now, and
yeah, and she just leans forward and she puts her forehead on Bruce's, and she says, "I'm so glad you're all right. You know I love you, right?" And he's like, "Well, of course you love me. Why wouldn't you?" And she just kind of giggles, and he says, "Oh, I love you too."
Then
And she stands up and she's like, "All right, well, I'm going to go take a bath. I guess I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, I have one errand left to run.
Okay.
Tonight.
Do you want me to come with you?
Go rest. It'll be quick.
Okay. All right. And she turns and walks down the hall, just giving you one final look, and then goes into the room and shuts the door. And Bruce has followed behind her. And
Aas is going to go and get changed into my normal clothes. And then he's just going to walk out to the Green District and walk over to the walls by the Domina's area.
Estate, okay.
Estate. And then he is going to cast Message.
Okay.
But he's actually not going to send it to the Domina. He is going to send it to Dominic. Haltara.
Okay.
And he is just going to say, "This is as I am unable to return. If you would pass on a message to the Domina that there is a Hellknight currently being held in the barracks. She will want to know." And then I'm not close enough to see him or talk to him or anything like that. And then I will head back. I'm trying to get within 500 feet of, so the message will probably get through the building, and then I'm going to head back towards the...
Yeah, so you're not sure whether or not it actually went through.
Sure.
But hopefully that'll get through to him. You go back, take a bath.
Yes.
Wash off the kind of crazy that was that evening. Change the song.
Yep.
And you get into bed. You are exhausted. You've kind of gone through a lot that day. And as you slowly fall asleep, you receive a vision. There's a woman, and she's beautiful, but not overtly so. And you see her just in a white space, a blank space, a neutral space. And she says, "As I have a message from Farmer Magdalene. She says she can't come, but she's safe. And to wait for further instructions." And then as you're falling deeper into sleep.
This message will self-destruct in 5 minutes.
Your last thought of even almost consciousness is relief. So at least you know now that she is not in town, for sure.
Okay.
And with that is the end of tonight's session.
All right. Did we get to the...
Yeah, we got to everything that needed to be gotten to.
There you are left. That is the end of the arc.
That is the end of this story arc.
And then next week we will be off. We'll take a week off.
We're taking a week off of story, but next week we are going to be doing a recap session. So if you missed anything from the previous sessions, we are going to do a recap. But yeah, we got through everything. You've discovered who is kind of connected to the Nightwing organization.
Thank you for the nat 20s.
Thank you for the nat 20s.
Dice gods.
You now have the individual that was
the
sent.
Mole.
The mole, but you also have the Hellknight that was sent to Drivenel. to track you down, and we've got some open issues.
Yeah.
Some open issues.
I've got to figure out what to do with these now.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Farmer Magdalene is safe.
Yay.
That was something that was kind of weighing on your mind a little bit. So.
Az was definitely worried about that.
Az was worried.
So. All right. So
anyway, so next week we're going to do a recap, and then a week after that, Weston will be starting in the GM chair, and I just get to be a player, which is pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, next week, normal tabletop terrain talks on Monday night, and then the show.
Recap on Tuesday. Excuse me.
And we are tired. Anyway.
Well, thank you so very much. Thank you for being here. We love you all so much. And do you want to say your outro for the...
We're already up, so we'll take first watch. Good night, you guys.